Hi everyone, it's Kira. Today I'm going to show you how I bring my 15-year-old OC back to life, from rough sketches all the way to finished illustration. For this illustration, I'll be using Huion Kamvas 13 Gen 3, which was kindly sent to me for a review. A big thank you to Huion for this lovely tablet. Before starting my illustration, I've made a quick reference sheet for the character. I also did some tablet testing and customized the hotkey buttons, and honestly, it feels super intuitive to use. As you can see, the upper roller controls zooming in and out. I mapped the upper button and eyedropper tool because I constantly use it to pick the colors. The second button is set to the eraser and the middle button is my brush tool. The lower roller is to adjust the size of a brush, which is incredibly satisfying to use. For the remaining buttons, I assigned undo action to the fifth one, and the fourth button is set to the hand tool for easy navigation. Pressure sensitivity feels very responsive and smooth, and the display itself is very sharp and bright. And after I liked all the settings I set up, I can start with the illustration. During the drawing process, I'll be telling more about this character and give some drawing tips along the way. So grab your favorite drink or snack and let's get started. Some of you may know I have snake OCs. They are my white-red snake Naja, my emerald green boa Nico, and my poisonous coral snake girl Iris. I have other OCs as well, but these are my snake trio and I'm super excited to make my snake family bigger. I've been hinting about him in my YouTube shorts, so for some of you it's not a surprise. It's another male character and he's based on a rattlesnake. If you watched my previous OC creation videos, you know that I keep my characters very close to my heart and I emotionally cannot produce a new character one after another. To keep in mind, Nico I've created in autumn last year and it was my first OC in 10 years. And this year in February I've created my girly Iris. And to be honest, it's not that easy to create a new character from the scratch, and I'm not ready for a new OC to be born. So instead, I've decided to revisit my crusty old manga in copybook that I drew when I was 15 years old. It was, I believe, 2011 or 2012, when I was in high school. At this point in time, I'm 30 years old. So this OC was created 15 years ago, so half of my age, half of my life ago. To give a brief description, that comic was about half dragon and half angel people being in a criminal gang sort of thing, and this character was named Tetsuya. He was a golden dragon and had a samurai sword and was a bodyguard of a gang leader. Does he look like an assassin? I doubt it. I think my main inspiration back then were animes like Gintama, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, and Game Dragon Age that I was playing every day, all day. So he was a mix of all these three universes. That comic was not for a public eye. I was drawing it only for my little cousin, who was my first biggest fan back then. Right now, my existing OC lore is also connected with the criminal gangs, and this character fits there perfectly. And personally, I really loved him, and leaving favorite OC in a dusty old copybook in the past feels so painful. I thought that at least one of them deserves to be brought back to life, but with some redesign, of course. I could leave him as a dragon character, but my OC universe is related to a different snake species. And to be fair, there are so many dragon characters in media, and it's quite overkill because they are magic creatures after all, right? They can be thousands years old, have some magical powers and godlike abilities. But my OCs are just snake hybrids and they are not different from us humans, besides having a tail, being cold-blooded and having specific food preferences maybe. I will talk about their biology more in the future videos, so please subscribe so you never miss a video. So for this character, Tetsu or Tetsuya, I just had an idea that I want one of his arms to have snake scales and claws so it matches his eye patch and vertical scars that I kept from his original design. Because he is an actual dangerous guy carrying a sword and being literally a venomous snake, I wanted him to look threatening. I took my inspirations from old J-rock fashion because I've been a big fan of J-rock music when I was 15 years old. I just wanted to give him that funky hairstyle and maybe chains everywhere. But it's very important to not overdo with details on OC design, because if you add too many details it can be overwhelming and just unpleasant to look, in my opinion. The big part of creating an OC based on existing creature is to take as much as you can from the actual reference. So I've been looking at rattlesnakes a lot, including crazy documentaries. And I saw that they have a black tongue, and oh my god, it was such an amazing detail to add. This little detail make him stand out from my other OCs and give him a little special spice, so I gladly added it to my reference sheet. I've also decided to play a bit with his hair color, because originally he had the golden hair, but now I've added him trendy dark ends, so he look all stylish and rattlesnakey. For the pose I used in illustration, I asked my real-life 3D model, aka my boyfriend, to pose for me with a labubu. It's really handy, and I highly recommend to ask your partner, friend or family member to pose for you if needed. It saves a lot of time and brain power. Personally, for me, scrolling for the right reference sometimes is very draining, and I just don't want to draw anymore if I took so much time on finding exact pose I really want to. Also, I'm pretty lucky with my boyfriend's height, because all of my OCs are tall, and gladly I don't have to reconstruct the proportions when I draw them. So I'm very happy about it. The idea of my illustration was to show how my rattlesnake is holding a plushie with Nico in a gacha store. So I wanted to draw shelves with gacha figures in the background. When I was 15 years old, I made him very cute and kind person while being a literally assassin. Those two facts just don't match in my head. I mean, look at his face. So now his old personality don't match with my current preferences at all, and maybe also does not fit common sense. Now with his redesign, I want to make him a dangerous guy, literally dangerous guy, bodyguard of a mafia boss, aka father of Iris. He is cold, mostly quiet and intimidating. He feels almost like a weapon than a person. But I still wanted to keep his cute part with him, and to shake things up, I gave him a harmless cute hobby, collecting blind boxes. And no, I absolutely don't have that addiction myself. He knows all the new releases and organized them meticulously. And after every assassination, he stops by a shop for a blind box. It's his own way of decompression after he's done with his job. Isn't that cute? And my other OCs, Naja and Nico, are scared of him and freak out every time they hear noise of his tail. So even if he wanted to be friends with them, they would prefer to keep a huge distance and maybe communicate via chat messages instead. I'm honestly excited to add this kind of character to my OC family, because no one of my existing OCs are like this. They are all mostly cute, kind, silly pookies, so adding some actual badass character make me so happy, especially when I love this kind of characters myself in other media. I mean, if you wonder who is my favorite character in different shows, just pick the worst one, like pick the badass character, and that's my favorite character, yeah. Fun fact, before researching, I thought rattlesnake venom is super deadly, but in reality it's not apparently. It's very rare that people actually die from their bite. Usually it's just a big tissue damage and swelling with severe pain, which is not that bad, I guess. Also, there are a lot of different species of rattlesnakes. For example, Eastern Diamondback rattlesnake, Western Diamondback rattlesnake, Arizona black rattlesnake, horned rattlesnake, South American rattlesnake, tiger rattlesnake, Aruba rattlesnake, Great Basin rattlesnake, and so on. So I didn't even know which one is Tetsuya, but I guess he is Western Diamondback rattlesnake, because that's what I used for a reference, I guess. Oh, by the way, about this character's age, I want to make him older than all my OCs, because he's literally my oldest OC existing. So he's around 40 years old, even though he looks young. But it's all because my snake hybrids change their skin, which helps them look fresh and young longer than average human, like natural exfoliating and cell renewing ability, you know? I wish we all had, but unfortunately we age pretty early. I really like the rendering of skin part in my drawing process. That's why I gave him sleeveless shirts so he can flex with his muscles and snake scales. But in general, I think I have a problem with giving clothes to characters. Usually I like to draw less as possible, so it also was my personal preference. I actually wanted to give him tattoos as well, but I was afraid to make his design too overwhelming. And as people say, like, Lamborghinis don't have stickers on them, you know. So he doesn't need those tattoos. He has his snake arm, which is even cooler than tattoos. For a snake scales, I use snake scale brush. I am showing it on my screen right now in Clip Studio Paint, so you can find it if you want. This brush helps me a lot with drawing scales and positioning them, and all the coloring and rendering I do myself. Because different snakes have different scale structure. Like, for example, rattlesnakes are super spiky if compared with boas, for example. Boas are just smooth. So I wanted to show it in texture, and I had to modify a lot on top of the tail. I actually like this process. It's very meditative for me, but sadly it just takes a lot of time. So I was thinking I should consider making ready scale brushes for my OCs. This year, I set a goal for myself to do one fully rendered illustration every month. It's all part of my Snake Mail Club, and honestly, it's been going really well so far. If you are also a fan of snake characters, I invite you to join my Snake Mail Club. For just €9 a month, I'll send you a little envelope filled with goodies featuring my OCs. This month's reward is my coral snake girl Iris. You'll get a sticker sheet of her, a print, and some extra little surprises. So if that sounds like your thing, make sure to subscribe before April 12th. And after that, this character Tetsu will be featured next month, probably. So stay tuned for the next announcements. Looking at this illustration now, I feel like my 15-year-old self will be shocked. She'd probably be like, "What did you do with Tetsu? Where is our cute dragon guy? Who is this guy?" But I do know one thing. She will be very proud of how we are doing now and how far we've come with our art journey. Having 30k subscribers in YouTube still feels unreal. Back in high school, I never imagined that drawing OCs would become my full-time job by 30 years old. I guess in some ways I never really grew up, but honestly I still love it, and that's what matters the most. I hope this video inspired you to bring back one of your old forgotten OCs too. They all deserve a second chance, you know? Let me know in the comments what you think about Tetsu, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye!